This episode of Everly Heights Tales is brought to you by Envato Elements. If you're creative like me, you don't necessarily have the time or the talent to create everything you need. With Envato Elements, you can download unlimited creative assets all in one place. Where do you think I got a lot of the sound effects in this episode? Sign up for a low-cost annual plan today at everlyheights.tv/Envato. That's ENVATO.
Saw a broken clock on the sidewalk. The hands were moving backward. A theater kid's flashlight cast a shadow at my feet. An old actor told me once that time is on your side. But every time I try to run, this town pulls me back inside. This town has a gravity that rips you at your seams. It's a half-remembered longing for a place you've never been. You could always leave tonight, but the road just bends right back, 'cause every precious thing you cherished hasn't changed since you left.
The lights dim and our play begins. Enjoy The Play's the Thing that traps you, and stick around after the show for a little something extra.
This town has a gravity that pulls you by your jeans. It's a half-remembered feeling of some place you've always been. You can try to drive away, but the roads turn you around, 'cause every exit starts a ticking clock till the magnet pulls you back.
Cornerstone Theater, built into the crumbling shell of an old Presbyterian church, usually feels pretty darn warm and cozy to this gal. As Cornerstone's unofficial seating chart maven / official head usher, my sensible shoes have walked the narrow line between theatrical ambition and financial ruin for nearly a decade now. But lately, this old theater has been making noises in the night, like a whispered secret refusing to stay buried.
Look lively, Clara. The inmates are escaping.
It began after the final performance of Once Upon a Mattress, with the usual post-show chatter amongst our patrons sounding anything but usual. Mrs. Gable, a creature of habit who claimed her seat, row 4, seat 7, as her birthright for every performance of every play, arrived for the show looking like she had taken some really good ecstasy on the way. Howdy, Mrs. Gable. You're looking chipper tonight.
Clara, darling, I was hoping I'd see you. I had the most extraordinary dream last night. I was a renowned botanist, cultivating prize-winning hydrangeas in a charming cottage by the sea. And my husband, such a dear man, never complains, was a retired lighthouse keeper.
I knew Mr. Gable from around town, a cantankerous workaholic retiree whose primary passion was doing everything he could to avoid retirement. Next was Timmy Gill, usually a ball of preteen hormones and sticky hands, who emerged from an Under Milkwood preview performance, row 4, seat 7, of course, babbling about his own dream.
Holy crap! I couldn't believe it. I was like a champion competitive eater in Pittsburgh, and my family was in the crowd cheering me on. It was awesome.
Timmy's actual family, rednecks on the far edge of town, never seemed to give two nickels about him, his love of theater, or his dreams. I've always been kind of skeptical about stuff like this, so I tried not to take it too seriously. But it was getting hard to ignore, even though I tried a lot. Maybe it was the power of suggestion or a rogue batch of Mrs. Henderson's notoriously questionable homemade brownies. But after Mr. Henderson, my mind was blown wide open. After a particularly grueling performance of Death of a Salesman, while sitting in that very same seat, row 4, seat 7, well, I don't know how to put this to where it sounds believable. Mr. Henderson freaking disappeared. Can you believe that? Just poof. Okay, you got me. He didn't disappear in a puff of smoke. His wife, Mrs. Henderson, she of the brownie recipe, came down to the box office after the show, concerned.
Dear, could you send somebody up to collect my husband? He went right to sleep around the time that handsome gentleman on stage was playing cards with his sons. He won't wake up. He's breathing, snoring actually.
Vermont.
But I can't wake him up.
Artisanal cheese. There's about 57 Ford Fairlane.
Oh, heavens! This will never do.
That's Mr. Special, the theater director, who was not happy. The ambulance took Mr. Henderson to the hospital, but nothing changed. Mr. Henderson remained blissfully unconscious, occasionally turning up his nose like he got a whiff of a hunk of Limburger. Days turned into weeks. They put him on hospice, and we really didn't see Mrs. Henderson after that. This was no coincidence. I, who believe in empirical evidence more than I believe in the importance of the Everly Heights Arts Board, decided the best way forward was an experiment. I would keep an eye on the people sitting in the cursed seat with the aloof attention of Inspector Hubbard and dial in for murder, and wait in the back aisle to monitor post-show oddities. Confession. I started pushing row 4, seat 7 on our more disruptive patrons. The 4th row has positively magical acoustics, ma'am. You'll love it. The results were mostly consistent, outside of that nasty Beatrix girl and her sparkles, who I put in the hot seat 3 different times, only to hear them cackling to each other on the way out. I'd sit somebody in the seat, the lights would go down, the show would start, and the patron sitting in row 4, seat 7 would fall asleep, murmuring dreams about lives they never lived. Lives that were, frankly, better than the lives they were living in Everly Heights. They'd see themselves at the same age they were, but somewhere far away from Ohio's endless fields and ancient factories. Most had a different job or a wife or a family. It must have been pretty darn compelling, because more than a few of the folks who sat in row 4 just never came out of it.
That seat, there! Seat 7, in the 4th row. I'm sure there's something wrong with it.
Mr. Special brought in all sorts of inspectors to make sure the old theater wasn't leaking plutonium or something.
Yeah. Let the export do his job.
But everything checked out.
Looks fine to me, Bob.
By every conceivable metric, the only strange thing going on was that folks who were about to keel over seemed to sit in row 4, seat 7, the night things got weird. One muggy Tuesday afternoon, after an improv workshop ended so the students could go annoy their friends with what they had learned, I found myself alone in the dimly lit auditorium. The stage was dark, dusty, and empty, for the most part. The 4th row almost called to me, a silent velvet-covered siren. I've lived in Everly Heights my whole life, riding a predictable cycle of theater schedules, Zumba classes, and the dull buzz of a road not taken. It made me wonder, what would my perfect life look like? Would I be a renowned Broadway director? A world-traveling food critic? Or maybe a teacher in Center City, Philadelphia? My heart beat against my ribcage like the drummer we hired for Into the Woods beat his drums. Out of place and overbearing. A strange lightness, untethered and a little dangerous, pushed me to that seat in the fourth row. With a deep, shuddering breath, I settled into the plush, worn velvet that smelled faintly of old popcorn and stale ass, if you'll pardon my language. The dry silence of the empty theater wrapped around me like a heated blanket. There wasn't any sudden jolt of celestial light transporting me to another life, just a hint, a nostalgic nudge of an idea of what could have been. I'm not sure where I was, really, but I wasn't in Cornerstone Theater anymore. The stuffy old theater air drifted off, and the sharp, clean smell of fresh pine trees smacked me in the face. There was a puppy, too! There was also a pretty cute guy walking beside me, which is almost as good as a puppy. We were out in the forest. Somewhere in Europe, maybe?
Almost there, my love. Just a little further to the waterfall.
It was literally like I was living in a Disney movie. Believe it or not, between the prince, the pup, and the fantastic scenery, it felt right somehow. A blurry memory popped into my head, my life in Everly Heights, but that couldn't be my life, right? No, surely not.
Just a little further.
This was my life. The perfect life. As we approached the most perfect little waterfall, I tightened the grip on his hand with no intention of ever letting go of this time, this place, this me. Then came the banging, trying to drag me back to a life I was totally fine with, but also totally over. It bulldozed my tranquil European forest like the giant's foot in Into the Woods, stomping all over my happy ending. My fairy tale fantasy faded away. The scent of pine replaced with the musk of the theater curtains, a lingering phantom of reality. My prince's hand grew cold in mine, and my puppy pal fell into the ground. Holy spit! I was back in Cornerstone Theater as drab and magical as I'd left it, besides the creepy man in a top hat standing on the stage.
Cornerstone's resident timekeeper decided to try out the premium seats, eh? That seat wasn't exactly designed with you in mind.
Sir? What the heck was that? And who the heck are you?
Regret is a funny thing. It's the ghost of a choice that haunts you forever. Interesting, isn't it? How time can bend and twist and turn, showing us roads not taken, lives unlived, a little glimpse of what could be.
Regret settled on my shoulders, pushing me into the seat. Oh, spirit of the theater, I beseech thee, send me back.
Oh dear, I'm not a genie. You can't just say, Zarvan, send me away, and expect to get where you want to be.
Then what the heck was the point? I I wish I'd never sat in this stupid seat.
Time, like a river, flows where it will. It's our choice if we get swept away, isn't it? If you liked that life so much, why did you come back?
I didn't mean to. It was so beautiful. Every part of it, like it was living in a story.
And the fact that it was a fantasy didn't bother you?
It felt real. It felt right.
There's no coming back from this choice. You understand. You've seen what this choice means, here, on this side of things.
I want to go back, sir.
Well, then who am I to keep you? Time is ticking, as they say.
I felt the pull again. Smelled the morning dew and wet leaves surrounding me. I was back in my fairy tale with my puppy and my prince and my bougie princess dress. But before I could reach them, something shifted. Wait! I need to catch up! With every step I took, it felt like they got further away.
Almost there, my love. Just a little further to the waterfall.
Coming, my love!
Almost there, my love.
Coming, my love!
Just a little further to the waterfall.
Coming, my love!
Just a little further.
Coming, my love!
Clara! Oh my! Oh dear! Natalie, call the paramedics. We've got another one.
I heard the commotion back in the theater, but it didn't matter. I could still see them, my prince and my pup. But no matter how much I ran, I couldn't reach them. I tried to reach out for the hum of the theater, or the tick-tock of Zarvan's clock. Anything to take me back. But all I could hear, all I knew, was the sound of the forest, my dog, and the prince that was always just a little too far away to hold me.
Pardon me, your majesty, you came into my realm. Sweet and soft, touch my crown as you pull on your helm. Terra-deck, gypsy checked, your card was near the top. Touch of blue, tyrant to my lady, please walk. It seems I'm bound to my dreams. Every person I've seen calls me a little jester, then pleasantly pesters while I can't make a sound. I'm bound, bound, bound to my dreams. It seems I'm bound to my dreams. Every person I've seen calls me a little jester, then pleasantly pesters while I can't make a sound. I'm bound, bound, bound. I'm bound, bound, bound. I'm bound, bound, bound. I'm bound, bound, bound to my dreams as the queen. To my dreams, wash me away, wash me away, wash me away, wash me away.
Now, the curtain hasn't quite fallen yet. We'll pause to fill you in on another fantastic Everly Heights tale, and then I'll be back to step out from the wings and talk about the story you just heard. See you in a minute. So, do you want to be part of Everly Heights for real? Head over to everlyheights.tv and grab a membership on the Everly Heights Arts Board. You'll get cool perks like your name on the Arts Board Hall of Fame, custom membership cards, even letters and stickers from Mr. Matheson himself, all while helping me keep Everly Heights alive and growing. Become a patron, support the arts, and snag your spot in the story of Everly Heights at everlyheights.tv. Just look for the banner that says Join the Arts Board. All right, good morning, Everly Heighters. I was up editing the episode this morning, this really creepy episode called The Play's the Thing That Traps You, which I'm very thankful to you for listening to. But I figured, I'm up, it's early, the kids are asleep, I can't really record my little intro outro for our big bonus content, which is coming up in just a second. So I thought, hey, why don't I go ahead and walk down and show you guys my local theater that's local to me here. It was a bit of a walk to get here, but it's the closest one to me, and it is the San Gabriel Mission Playhouse in San Gabriel, California. Now, I'll put some photos in, but I can't really go in because it's Sunday morning. It's a really beautiful theater. It's been here for 100 years or more. But I thought, I'd come down here, I'd show you, then I'd walk you around and just talk a little bit about the episode. Okay, so The Play's the Thing That Traps You. This is very obviously, since Everly Heights Tales is an anthology series, this is sort of an homage to one of my favorite anthology series of all time, The Twilight Zone. I tried to go for that man's folly, morality tale sort of thing that The Twilight Zone always used to do so great, so great. So when I decided to set it in a theater, I knew I had to re-engage Michael Special from our Welcome Freshman episode a few weeks ago to come back in and reprise his role. I really love Sean Siegler though, and he does a really, really strong, awesome, cartoony kind of character voice. So I engaged him to play both a very minor part as Michael Special and play the big, mysterious character of Zarvan. Now, Zarvan's interesting. A lot of the Everly Heights stories have been out there for a couple of years as screenplays on the website. This is one I've kind of held close to the chest. Zarvan's Time Repair. You could consider this a loose pilot for it. You could also consider the pilot I wrote for it a loose pilot for it. Up to you. The point is, this episode is the one where I really try to start introducing supernatural elements into Everly Heights more. We've had a couple hints of them, but this episode and the next episode, it's Halloween season. I figured, why not go full force into the supernatural stuff, into the spooky stuff, right? And I was also excited because, we've done a lot of episodes of this. I've written a lot of stories outside of the last Everly Heights story curtain call, which is up on the site. I've never really written a story set in Cornerstone before. I liked it so much, in fact, that another upcoming episode, probably in 6 or 8 weeks, is going to be set in Cornerstone. As I mentioned back in the first episode, Cornerstone's based on my personal hometown theater of Towngate Theater in Wheeling, West Virginia. But a lot of my acting was done at West Liberty State College right up the hill in West Liberty, West Virginia. So what's going to follow here is a conversation I had with two people who were very important to me in college. My old college roommate, JG, Jason George, and my friend from college who ended up becoming my wife, Anne-Marie DeSimone. So I hope you guys enjoy the whole conversation. And I'll pop back in at the end for a couple closing words.
Say hello, Riff-Raff. Hi there. We're in a bit of a spot. I wonder, could you help us? Our car is broken down about 2 miles back. Do you have a telephone we might use?
From the heavens to your ears, this is Universe Box, and please note the fire exits at the back of the podcast. I'm Bill Meeks.
And I'm McCrady DeSimone.
And the show must go on, as they say.
The show must go on.
Despite any technical errors or anything, the show must go on.
I don't care if you fall and break your ankle, you are going on that stage, Mr. Meeks.
Yeah, and if you caught the song right up at the top of the podcast, that was my college production of Rocky Horror Picture Show, or the Rocky Horror Show, rather. A lot of fun. A little dance solo I did there. You might want to check out the video version just to check that out. So, Anne-Marie, what's in the box this week?
Well, today in the box, theater.
Theater. Yes, this week we're talking about theater with an R-E, thank you very much. Then we'll call Jason in the memory box to talk about our college theater days. Let us make this happen.
Let us make this happen.
Well, I guess we'll go ahead and bring in our guest, my old college roommate, Jason George. JG, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you guys tonight?
We're doing good.
Minus the random technical fails and everything, I think we're doing okay. But
isn't that typical for the theater show?
It really is.
It is.
And isn't that just appropriate? That's great.
That is completely appropriate.
Yeah, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of stories later on about, overcoming flubs, just in general, I guess. But before we get started, I'll take a drink. And I thought it would be a good idea, since it's the theater episode, if we all did a few vocal warm-ups.
Okay, vocal warm-ups.
Which, you tend to do before a play or before a rehearsal or whatever.
Usually musicals. I didn't have to do vocal warm-ups.
I can remember 3. So I'll do the 3 I know, and then if you guys know any, we can do them too.
Okay.
Okay, so the first one's a tongue twister.
Okay.
So repeat after me.
Okay.
Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously.
Moses.
Let me try this again. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Let's try it one more time, a little faster.
Hey, you can join in over there, by the way.
I'm still trying to figure it out. All I've got is Moses, toeses, and erroneously.
Yes.
Let's try it.
Okay.
Try it another time here.
Okay. Moses supposes the toes are roses, and Moses supposes erroneously.
Oh. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Moses supposes his toes are roses, and Moses supposes erroneously. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I think that's good.
Okay, you guys kind of sounded kind of creepy there that last time.
We should have been staring. Hold on, let's do it staring at the camera, okay? Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Moses supposes his toes are roses, but Moses supposes erroneously. Also, I'm wearing tights.
Oh, good. And it was hidden by the lower third. You can't see his tights. Hold on.
See my tights.
You can barely.
I just kind of hopped in there on the Moses roses.
Moses roses erroneously.
Okay, the next one is a singing one. Okay, so this one, I'll do it once and then we'll try and do it together, okay?
Okay.
And my voice is already shot, so this is a
Sure.
catastrophe. Okay, ahem. Butterfly, 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 flutter by, flutter by, flutter by, flutter by. Okay, you guys got that? Pretty simple, right?
Okay.
Okay, let's do it in 3. Oh,
I'm reluctant to sing, guys.
So am I.
Carry a tune in a bucket.
Hey, neither can I, and I just did it. So turnabout's fair play. Don't worry, my off voice will completely mask your off voice. Don't worry. Okay, so in 3, 2, 1. Butterfly, 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 flutter by, flutter by, flutter by, flutter by. Very good.
Okay, I had to listen to you guys do it together.
Okay, one more time.
Okay.
Staring at the camera for creepiness.
All right.
Okay.
Butterfly, 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 flutter by, flutter by, flutter by, flutter by.
Bye.
JG just has like a slight delay, which makes it sound hilarious.
Yeah,
I absolutely love it.
Fantastic. I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, and the next,
that wasn't the delay. I was just slow.
he just has no musical timing whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's cool.
I got no rhythm.
Okay, well, JG,
rhythm is a dance.
Why don't you? Do you know any vocal warm-ups we could do here, real quick?
Well, I remember one we did in high school. It was a enunciate the consonants, spit out the words, round all the vowel sounds, or else you'll be a nerd.
Okay, give that to us one more time.
Okay, if I can remember it again. So, see, I have to think about it real hard when I do it. Okay, it's enunciate the consonants, spit out the words, round all the vowel sounds, or else you'll be a nerd.
Okay, I think I might be able to do it this time. Okay, third time's the charm. You ready, Anne-Marie?
I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Ready?
Okay.
Yeah.
Enunciate
the consonants, spit out the verbs.
Oh.
Something on the files out and in your nerd. Nerd. Perfect.
Nerd.
Yeah.
We did it. Okay, well, now it's time to dust off a few damaged brain cells as we three old stagehands tell you about our time in the theater program at West Liberty State College in the memory box. And we're going to, in the video portion, as we talk here, we're going to be showing some pictures from our days in theater. And we have a picture of me and Anne-Marie and a picture of JG I took for him from a project I did called the Storybook Playtime Show with him wearing a backwards baseball cap. It's fun.
Oh, yeah. You're looking good there, G.
I look young there.
Yes, very.
Yeah, we all do.
Cool. Okay, Anne-Marie, how did you get started? What was your pre-West Liberty experience?
Well, since you're both from the Valley, you may have heard of a little show called Hosanna.
Hosanna? Yeah.
I saw it at the St. John Arena in Steubenville.
Yeah, I was there. I
Okay.
actually only did it 1 year. But other than that, that's all I've got.
That's pretty much it?
I ushered in high school number 3, not high schools 1 or 2. But the problem was I wanted to audition when I got to high school number 3. I was like, that's it. I'm doing theater because I'd always wanted to because of my brief stint in the Hosanna. But I missed the first auditions. And then when I saw the show, I psyched myself out because I thought they were too good. And I never auditioned because they were all my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically I was the track cheerleader, but it also ended up being the theater cheerleader because I would run out and get everybody dinner and bring them back food in between track and theater. So
Cool.
that was my life.
But when I think of a theater cheerleader, I think of the cheerleaders from Saturday Night Live,
Well,
like cheering for the chess team.
Well, I might as well have done that too because I was a cheerleader. So I was like,
That's
here's your
pretty cool,
apple slices. Have some fries. No. So that was my background before West Lib.
Excellent. And let's see. As for me, my theater background before West Lib, I tried out for a couple of plays in high school. I didn't get into any of them, but I did end up meeting my first girlfriend at one of the auditions, and less said about her, the better.
Yep.
But she took me down to a little theater in Wheeling called Towngate Theater and had me try out for a show called The Children's Hour, which I believe was also had some homosexual themes in it. It's about 2 children or teachers at an all-girls school
who like there's whispers in towns that they have a lesbian relationship. And I played the very pivotal role of the grocery boy who came in and stared them down, and like all the hate of the town had to be in my eyes, sort of thing.
Nice.
So I had 3 lines, and but I got some confidence going out on stage and everything. And then I tried out for Our Town at Wheeling Park High School, my high school, and got in and got one of the major parts, one of the fathers, Dr. Gibbs. I believe actually the first non-stage manager character who shows up in the show. So I did that, and it was a lot of fun, and I was like, okay, that's it. I'm done with theater. And then I got to West Liv, and I heard they were doing Rocky Horror, and we were off to the races.
The addiction began.
And so then, we were hanging out with this mutual group of friends, and I end up trying out for Rocky Horror, and you end up being the stage manager for Rocky Horror, which we saw a clip from at the top of the show.
It was a party every night.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Everything.
like it was really weird because I often, like, when I get into conversations about 9/11, I bring up that show just because it happened. I think it was like the 3rd or 4th rehearsal for Rocky. And I remember, like, we were all wondering if we were going to have rehearsal. Riley called rehearsal.
Riley's like, yes.
Then he gave us this stirring speech about how, in the face of adversity, art must go on and all that kind of stuff. Very fond memory. Well, not a fond memory.
It was really inspiring.
Yeah, exactly. And he made it seem like we were doing something important there in our fishnet tights.
That's one of my favorite things about John Riley is that he's always made it important, and he made you take it seriously. And if you weren't going to take it seriously, adios, there's the door. Don't ever come back. You will never.
Okay, he's a wonderful director and a wonderful person. Well, the place was a mess every night after the show.
Oh yeah, because of all the.
Even though I was the stage manager, I still didn't help clean up.
Well, there was confetti every night, and I know that a couple years later, when we were doing the strike for Hamlet, I think
it was Hamlet. There was still confetti.
There was still confetti everywhere.
There probably even is still confetti, and they've done construction, like major construction.
In my box, the mementos, I actually kept an ace of spades from the audience that was thrown, during the show.
Nice.
And one thing I do remember well about Rocky Horror, maybe Bill will remember this as too. So you remember how sometimes the actors would maybe ad lib or whatever, and how there was that one really particularly loud fan?
Oh yeah.
You remember when our Rocky acknowledged him breaking the 4th wall?
Yes, I do remember that, and how Riley completely freaked out because, like, it wasn't the character who's meant to break the 4th wall, right? It was the one who was less dressed, if I remember correctly.
I'm sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do remember because I forget what it was, but he said something directly to him, and only Frankenfurter is allowed to talk to the audience, or at least in our production.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah, and I forget exactly what happened to that actor. I know Riley wasn't very happy with him.
He was not
very
happy at all.
if anybody broke the rules.
Trivia, if you're watching the slideshow on YouTube, there's a picture of that actor somewhere in the slideshow. You'll have to guess where.
As you point to it.
Yeah, as I point to him as being the character on the screen. So we did Rocky. That was the fall semester of West Lib. And then Anne-Marie, I guess you can probably pick it up here because there were auditions for a children's show, right?
It was during the Rocky Horror. I was the gypsy Lydia. And that's my first show.
That was the actual voice you did.
That really was. It was based on the Jamaican fortune teller lady on TV.
Oh, Miss Cleo?
Miss Cleo, yes. That was there she is. Miss Cleo. That was my inspiration for that role, and the fact that I actually got a call back and then got cast was ridiculous.
Well, Crystal, who directed, who directed all the children's shows at West Liberty. She was very much in the, I don't know, like the Mad TV kind of humor sort of thing.
Yes.
She would often take things from popular culture and make you act that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or she would be like, okay, I want you to do King Thrushbeard as a Saturday Night Live character or something like that.
Oh, King Thrushbeard.
Lots of Saturday Night Live
Lots of Saturday Night Live.
JG, you were in that show too, weren't you?
Yes, I was. I was the echo of the forest.
Which is quite convenient.
Most of my life were delivered off stage into a hand mic.
Nice. Nice.
When I did come on stage, I told them I wanted elf ears, and they gave them to me.
Of course. Of course they did.
Nice. Hey, I was the stage manager for that show, but Anne-Marie doesn't actually remember me. That was the show we met on.
Yep.
And considering you're my wife and everything now, it's kind of weird that you don't remember actually meeting me.
My first memory of you is you sitting on, I think, was it Crystal's house?
Yeah, Crystal's house.
You and what's her face were sitting on the couch, and we gave you your Jack as your.
Yeah, you guys got me a big bottle of Jack.
A big bottle of Jack.
My
That
stage
is
manager
literally
gift.
all I remember.
That's fair. That's really all I remember too. Getting the bottle of Jack, and then it was the next morning.
And then it was the next day. Yeah. No.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, that was the great thing about being a stage manager. You always got a big bottle of hooch when the show was over.
See, and that makes me regret really never stage managing. I'm like, I could have done really good. No.
Well,
You got me a bottle of Crown one year.
Ooh.
Nice. Well, the thing is, you had to do a lot of hard work in between all of the stage managing stuff. Too.
Well, that was the thing. They wanted me to stage manage a musical. I'm like, no. I had no experience whatsoever. I think I'd only been in like 2 shows at that point. I'm like, you don't want me doing the fall musical here, guys. I'm sorry. I'm a sophomore.
But why don't we go ahead and skip ahead to Flea in a Rear?
Okay.
Which, Anne-Marie, you'll have to sit out on this one. But Flea in a Rear was a really fun show because, first of all, it was the first show I was ever in where I got to play a villain. Like, and I played a Don Carlos Hominides de Histangua.
Crap! I was gonna say it.
Oh, you were gonna say it?
I wanted you to go. I salute you.
I salute you. I salute you. Yeah, there we go.
Remember, I was at the end the valet, and I always introduced people when they came in.
Oh yes. Okay. Oh yeah. We can do our actual line from the show. I have the script here. But go ahead. Give me the setup.
I would open the sliding doors. I would walk out, and then I would announce, "Señor Don Carlos Hominides de Histangua."
I salute you.
Right, Bill would like pop out like really fast.
Yeah, okay. Well, yeah, that character was really just like all fast action. It's kind of like a similar archetype to Ricky Ricardo, sort of like that very angry Spanish or Latin character with a lisp. To denote a hint of royalty. But yeah, he was all very like big brash movements, stomping around, and with a tiny little gun and a tiny little cape that I had them put on because I liked it because Zorro.
Of course.
Yeah, I also I messed up my knee really bad in this show, and it wasn't like, because I was doing like crazy things like jumping off platforms, stairs, over couches, because it's a farce, so there's a lot of action. But I actually injured my knee. I was back in the dressing room, sitting backwards on a chair, talking to somebody, and I got up and I swung my leg up over the chair, and something just tore in my knee. And this was like 2 nights before we opened.
Oh.
So I
remember it.
Yeah, so I was like limping when I wasn't on stage, but somehow the adrenaline from being
find the adrenaline on stage. It's the lights and the audience.
Yeah.
It's the John Riley yelling from the light booth and.
Yeah, I wrapped my knee up super duper 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 tight and hoped for the best and just gave it my all. And I still have problems with that knee. It was worth it though.
It was worth it.
'Cause it was a good show. Yeah,
sometimes you just got to push through.
Yep.
Exactly. JG, what was that? I think I remember you saying back in the day that was the biggest part you had ever had up to that point or something.
It was the longest play I'd ever been in.
That was
like a 3-act play. It was. I had a couple parts that size before, but that one was pretty large.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you got to sit out a big part of the second act, and you just got to hang out backstage and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
My main stuff was in Act 1 and 3.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mine was kind of like I came out at the beginning of Act 1, I think. Then I come back at the end. Then I come out back for the end of the acts both times because I'm the guy coming in trying to kill the main character.
Oh well.
Because I think he's sleeping with my wife or whatever.
Wasn't he?
Yeah. No, he wasn't. It was his twin. No, it was a letter. There was like a mix up with a letter. Yeah. That was the whole plot. Yes. Now we know the whole plot of Flea.
Now we've talked about the show.
Yeah. No, but that was really awkward. And this is probably going to get a little too personal, but it's okay.
Here we go. We're getting personal, folks.
It was a little awkward because the girl I was dating at the time played my wife in that show. And I ended up breaking up with her right before our last performance because of something that had gone down at the cast party the night before. Horrible form. You should, if you're a young actor, you should never ever do this. Don't cause drama between actors, right before the last show. Bad idea. Well, I want to talk about the Playhouse for just a minute, JG, but first I just want to touch very briefly. We did traveling children's theater, and I just wanted to tell one quick story about Anne-Marie here.
That I think it's going to be?
Yeah.
I know it's going to be.
Everybody knows. Everybody who went to Les Lib knows the story.
Hey, JG, were you there for that?
I just heard about it later today.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, first of all, I would like to point out this was the morning after you broke up with the girlfriend.
It might have been the second time.
Either way,
Yeah.
you broke up with her the night before.
Mhm.
The two of you weren't speaking. We're at the elementary. Okay, first of all, let's set it up.
Okay.
It's like 8 a.m. We're at the elementary school right up the road from our school. I don't know if any of us had slept. He broke up with the girlfriend they were both in the play, as well as there was Ross, which if you watched last week, Ross Roast, it was that Ross. There was one other person and me. I may possibly have been at a fraternity party the night before with an excessive amount of beverage.
What kind of beverage?
Jungle juice.
Okay.
If you're not familiar, Everclear. If you're not familiar, it's probably illegal in your state. So there's your setup. We do our show. I'm dying. The two of them aren't talking, and I'm pretty sure they were married in our show as well.
Yeah, because I was King Thrushbeard.
Yeah, well, these shows, it was 3 mini stories where we all played different characters. We're in costume, we're out of costume, we're running around things, we're singing badly and all this and all these little people. And we had to pack everything up and put it in our van, and we get out the door. And the door shuts. It literally locks and can't open again the second I need to puke. My name is Anne-Marie, and I have puked lime green bile on an elementary school in college.
Yes, on the back of the elementary school. It was fun.
Classic college story.
And what everybody did, get in the car, go.
Quick before they find out. Well, no, it's fine though. That'll be a good story to tell the kids one day for sure.
Can we wait till they're at least 18?
Okay, so JG, I kind of in our first episode, I shared quite a bit of my memories of the Playhouse. So why don't you just talk a little bit about our summer, the summer of '72 at the Playhouse? Let's reminisce a little bit. And I'll jump in and stuff, but I kind of shared my favorite memories back in episode 1. So why don't you go ahead and tell embarrassing stories of me or something?
Well, a little background on the place. It's a summer theater in an old barn in Brooke County, West Virginia. And every summer they perform 5 plays. Bill and I worked together there. We built the sets, we sold the tickets, we kept the place clean, and occasionally we would act in the shows. And that's right, Bill did Clue.
Yeah, which I'm wearing the costume from. The upper part of the costume is from Clue. The bottom part is from when I was in Hamlet.
And this place was just great. We worked like 12-hour days, 6 days a week, or 7 sometimes. We didn't get paid very much.
No.
But it was all worth it because usually it was pretty fun. Hard work, though. I loved it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you even went back a couple summers, right?
The one summer I go back. It was 2 years later.
Yeah.
And we really enjoyed ourselves.
I'm kind of
And
jealous.
we would do things, after the shows and like hop the fence and swim in the pool and stuff.
Or set picnic tables on fire. Let's see. There was Mr. Pickles, the Playhouse cat.
Yeah, Stray Cat came around and became our mascot.
Yeah, now hold on. I have to.
Here we go.
I
Now
have, to
memory
I
of
have a
me.
picture of Mr. Pickles here. I have to pull it out to show the camera.
Show it.
Well, while you're looking, I'm so jealous because I was actually supposed to be at the Playhouse that summer. And I turned down the job.
Because we were there.
We had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Trust me, I realized, I was like, this was a bad choice. I should have done that.
Yeah, here's if you can see it.
No. No.
Okay.
No, can't see
Fail.
Mr. Pickles.
That's fair. Yeah, but it was a good time. A lot of wild times too, which is probably
Best left unsaid.
less said about it the better for some of
That
it.
Universe Box After Dark.
Universe Box After Dark. Okay, so let's see here. Let's wrap up with just a couple of general questions. We'll start with JG. JG, what was your favorite show or character ever that you've done?
I have 2.
Okay.
One of them was the aforementioned flute / Fistbee in A Midsummer Night's Dream because I did drag. and I got to do a lot of crazy stuff in that part. And it was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
My other was, believe it or not, a part I had 2 years ago.
Oh, really?
It would be summer before last. I actually went back to the Playhouse to just watch a show.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of people after the first act asked me if I was interested in acting in another play in August. And the play was called Bathroom Humor, and it all took place in a bathroom.
And we
It was
have
also
them.
a farce.
Yeah, we actually have that script here. Actually, the Anne-Marie cam might show it off better.
Yeah.
I was Stu.
Hmm.
The guy had like 3 monologues, and he always went into the bathroom to do all the drugs.
Wasn't that the part our mutual friend Sam played when Wes Lib did it?
I believe so.
I enjoy that you keep calling him our mutual friend Sam.
Our non-mutual friend Sam. I don't know what that even means.
I don't even know what that means.
I think so.
Okay, Anne-Marie, what was the favorite show or character you ever did?
I'm gonna say it's actually not at West Lib. It was at Cleveland State,
Mhm.
which most of the pictures that involve me are actually from. It was called 5th of July.
Uh-huh.
It was my first show at a new school with a whole new everybody. I knew nothing about it. I got a decent sized role in it, which kind of shocked the out of me.
Mhm.
And then I was nominated for an Irene Ryan award. So I had to compete against, I don't even remember how many people in Indiana
Mhm.
or Illinois. I don't really know. It was an I-state for a competition. And I was like completely confused. I was like, what is an Irene Ryan? Why am I nominated? What's going on? But it was an awesome show. And are these the ones? Yeah. I kept my shoes.
Nice.
I like shoes.
Mhm.
And they let me keep these, and they're vintage. And back in the day, they were worth a lot of money.
I always tried to keep at least like one item of my costume or a prop or something from every show I was in.
There's pictures going around of Boys Next Door. Hey, right there it is. And there's another shoe.
Perfect timing. And as I mentioned, the tights and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually, I'd say probably my favorite character show would probably have to be a tie between Professor Plum from Clue the Musical and actually Inspector Hubbard from Dial M for Murder, both that I performed that summer at the Playhouse.
Interesting.
And both were excellent.
Thank
They
you.
were fun.
Thank you, Thank you for lying, JG. I appreciate it. No, but it was just
Dial M was good.
It was a great show directed by one of my good friends, Billy Clough, and all of my good friends were in it. Gretchen Schneider, Justin McConaughey, Nick Taylor.
The crew.
Yeah. Like it was just a really tight crew and a really fun show. And the reason I loved being in Clue the Musical so much is because there was one guy on our crew out there at the Brook Hills Playhouse who just didn't like me very much. I just got under his skin for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And it especially started getting really, because back then I always used to make like your mom jokes.
Oh,
just like generally your mom jokes. And this guy would
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. And this guy would just get really, and he might be in the slides too, you don't know. But he would get really upset with me anytime I made a your mom joke. And we were always like, what's his big deal? I mean, it's just a your mom joke. It's about the collective mom, not like anyone's individual mom. And then his mom tried out for Clue the Musical.
Oh.
And so I was Professor Plum. And she played the detective or the inspector or whatever. And we had a duet together where I had to try and seduce her. Because me and JG sort of had this theory that maybe the reason that your mom jokes offended him so much is because they maybe hit a little too close to home. So this guy was constantly like getting on me and like getting on my case and everything else. But whatchamacallit, he had to sit at the back of the theater every night and watch me seduce his mom live on stage. So it was kind of just poetic justice.
So I'm guessing.
Oh, and it was a 2-week run too.
Yeah, it was a 2-week run. So what was that, like 8 shows? Something like that?
8 shows.
Wow.
Amazing. Okay, JG, well, we're going to go ahead and let you go here, finish up. But thank you again so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you later, okay?
Bye, JG.
Anytime. Thanks for having me.
Okay, bye.
Here at the end, I'd like to turn it to you. Shoot an email or an audio voicemail to Bill Meeks at EverlyHeights.tv, and we'll share them in a future episode. Well, that about does it for this episode. Thanks again so much for joining me for this edition of Everly Heights Tales. We'll be back next week with a brand new story. And just remember, You can always leave the town, but odds are the magnet is going to pull you back. Have a good night.
This town has a gravity that pulls you by your jeans. It's a half-remembered feeling of some place you've always been. You can try to drive away, but the roads turn you around, 'cause every exit starts a ticking clock till the magnet pulls you back.